So we got Iceaxe versus Noobishnoob, aka Vile Tomato from our Discord community. Game 1 is going to be on Fighting Spirit. If you want to co-cast the games with me, come on and join me. Upper right, we have Iceaxe. Enthusiastic 14-year-old Brood War player. I believe he's participating in his first season of CPL. Bottom left, another wonderful community member, Noobishnoob, aka Vile Tomato. Playing Zerg. My graphics guy is almost done with the static and animated graphics that he's producing for our Best of Best tournament. And hopefully I'll get to incorporate some of that for the Showmatch next week. And of course the tournament. I do apologize for not having a scoreboard. I do apologize for my amateur observing skills and casting skills. It was never my intention to be an observer or caster, but everyone left me and somebody had to keep the show going. What's Iceaxe doing here? Okay, a barracks. Spawning pool is down. Noobishnoob doing some scouting. I believe the main race of Iceaxe is Zerg now, but he was playing random for some time. Noobishnoob creating a hatchery at his natural, saving his larva for Zerglings, I assume. Still looking for his opponent. Iceaxe making an academy. Iceaxe is going to scout the left of his base. Based on how long it took his opponent to scout him, I wonder if he's best served scouting cross positions. Here's an attack from Noobishnoob, taking out some Marines. Probably doing more damage than he thought he would. Now he's not macroing at home, he's a little preoccupied with the Zerglings. Iceaxe. If he was really worried about Zerglings, he could make some fire bats. I'm not sure about the positioning of the barracks there. Is it intended to hide that structure? Because I imagine it's harder to pump out units from two barracks that are positioned in different spots in your main. Iceaxe finally getting a scout, seeing what his opponent is up to. He's gonna get into the main base. Sees a lair. Noobishnoob has some Zerglings at Iceaxe's natural. Knows there's no fast expansion yet. I like the upgrades that Iceaxe is doing. His +1 is halfway done. Lair has completed and we have a Spire, so this is a 2-hatch Muta. Welcome, Bernie.
Hello.
My man. You've just joined game 1 of a F/E rank show match.
Nice, but you need to share your screen first.
Oh, thank you. Between a grown-ass man and a 14-year-old kid.
My bet is on the 14-year-old kid.
Do you know what race he is?
I have no idea.
What would be your guess?
Zerg is the best race, so the 14-year-old kid is the Zerg.
You know what? That's technically true because he's changed his race from random to Zerg, but he's playing Terran in this particular match. He is a Zerg player now.
This game is not looking too hot for the Terran. Is it?
Why?
How far along the tech tree are we? Spire and Terran is still on one base. Oof. Unhealthy.
What could Zerg be doing differently?
What do you mean, what could Zerg be doing differently? Zerg is doing great.
Oh, you're saying that Terran is behind that.
Yeah, Terran is in a terrible spot.
What could Terran be doing differently? Push?
Push is good. You can try to kill him now. See how the Muta micro is. But I mean, their Sunken's up already. So this push will probably be defended quite well. All this does is maybe buy time for Terran to expand, but the Mutas will probably deny that forever if he doesn't lose them. That'd be my guess.
Picking off some Marines at the rear. Does have a few Sunkens.
Free Sunks, free medics. Should be enough. If he doesn't lose the Mutas.
He's producing back at home, which is good. He's got his +1.
No Marines in production. Oh,
3 barracks.
Not sure if I like this.
From Zerg?
Yeah.
So I think he's right to back away there. Maybe both of them.
I don't think he should have, like, sacrificed Mutas for those 2 turrets. You should just stack a couple Mutas, keep them home, wipe out that Marine group, maybe expand.
I would like to see Terran scout a bit more. He really doesn't know if there's a third or not. Some nice microing here from Noobishnoob, but he loses some Mutalists.
What rank is this?
F to E rank.
Yeah. Zerg is doing pretty good.
I wonder if that group of Marine medics kind of did their job, forced some Sunkens, forced Zerg to come back, buy some more time.
If he gets the expansion up, then yes, but he didn't get the expansion up.
A little bit late there. He could have gotten it perhaps earlier.
Usually wanna, like, expand right as you move out. So the expansion is up and running when the push is finished. And you have a force to back up to defend the expansion at home, plus some static defense. Ah, he cancels it.
Yeah, I don't know if it needed to be canceled. At the very least, maybe the command center could be built inside the main and
Yeah.
floated out.
In a perfect world, that expansion would have been already up and 3 turrets there.
Zerg picking off some units because they're all kind of scattered around.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Terran is doing. Looking at his units getting slaughtered, maybe.
Starport making. We got 1-1 upgrades, which is nice. No upgrades on the Mutalisk.
Yeah, Terran just needs an expansion. He's back in this game since Zerg is not expanding. And Zerg is not taking up either. So Zerg's kinda sitting on 2 base doing nothing. I mean, now he's getting Lurker, which is good.
Iceaxe can afford another command center, that's true. I like this block here. The drone's unable to make a hatchery because the fire bat is just...
Yeah, Muta's coming in now. So I mean, they are keeping their minerals low, which is good.
There's a command
They are
center.
spending their money. Now it's just about accumulating more money.
Supply is more or less the same. Worker count is the same. The game could turn around if Zerg makes a mistake and loses a lot of Mutalisks.
But I mean, he's gonna have a lot of lurkers now. It's 8 lurkers he can make right now.
Iceaxe has a lot of gas. He could probably afford 2 starports and get vessels out of each of them. Yeah. Use a radiate.
Might go mass vessel. Just perma-irradiate everything. These mutas.
Controlling Marines and Medics is difficult. If you have them all hotkeyed in one group, you're unable to stim.
Yeah.
Mutalisks are kind of trapped here. I think Iceaxe could do a little bit more to...
If he brings his Marines back, otherwise this is just free harassment. But he just moves out instead, I guess.
I think he's finding it real.
Maybe he's seated himself in. Can't leave his base. Nah. That SCV being unharmed, still building that command center. Oh no. He's gonna catch it. Nah, he doesn't care.
So should Zerg be going back right now or inflicting some more damage?
Yes, Zerg needs to defend that third base. Did he make lurkers? He did. Nice. So this push won't do anything from Terran. Yep.
Is this a good positioning of the lurkers?
It's good on top of the ramp, yeah, sure.
Should it be closer to the top of the ramp, or that's the ideal position?
I think it's better far back. Like
because they can't reach it from down there, perhaps.
Now they now they just hit the choke. They have to walk up the choke now, you see.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah, that's lurkers on the ramp.
Iceaxe sees the end, yeah.
Yeah, Zerg, double expand behind this too. Not sure what Terran went for in the early game, but usually what you want to do in ZVT is you want to expand fast. Either that or you go for a very fast tech attack that has a decently fast expansion behind it. Like, for example, a 1-1-1.
Alright, so game 1 goes to Noobishnoob, aka Vile Tomato.
Fighting Spirit, the only map that is being played. That is supposed to be played ever. Changed my mind.
And we are back on Fighting Spirits. Noobishnoob has taken Iceaxe's position from last game. Playing Zerg again. Iceaxe. Different position now. Bottom right. Playing Terran again.
What is this, best of 3 or best of 5?
That's the 3.
Best of 3. Alright. And it's
Let's
1-0
see
right now. Okay.
what Iceaxe has learned from game 1. Are we going to see the same build from him? He went Barracks, Academy. I believe he made an eBay or second Barracks and then an eBay. Into eventually 3 racks. Late expansion. I don't feel like it was a very strong build. He could have probably gone away with the fast expansion against Noobishnoob. But he needs an answer to Mutalis. He can't just be like a sitting duck. You think it's important, Noobishnoob scouts? Or is there any information that he's going to get that's not going to really change anything that he's doing? Well, Ox.
Supply, barracks. Looks okay to me. I don't know why he's building it back there, but that's fine. Looks like he's gonna, if he's unlucky, he's gonna trap his SCV. What's Zerg doing? Is that a 9 pool? It is. No, it's not. What? Why does he go 9 pool into 3 drones?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
9 pool, 12 hatch. Okay.
It is.
So he's gonna make 1 link now. Maybe for safety. Maybe. Was it overpool? Nah, it was overpool. That's fine. We can do that.
Let's see if Iceaxe, our 14-year-old friend...
He lifts his barracks because his SCV was stuck. It's not good. You want to produce Marines as soon as possible.
I would like to see the barracks position closer to each other, but I think he has his own rationale of separating them.
Maybe he's hotkeying them individually instead of hotkeying units. I mean,
And using a screen hotkey.
Screen hotkeys.
But I don't know how that would affect the position
I myself,
of where your barracks.
I'm terrible at hotkeys. Terrible. I hotkey my hatches. I usually don't use unit hotkeys.
I've heard Zergs don't always do that, which is interesting.
Yeah, unit hotkeys are.
Because there's so many units, and they would just take all your hotkeys. But
it's kind of pointless. Like I usually hotkey like my Mutalisks. I should start hotkeying my defilers and stuff.
it seems so hard because you have so many units just to click and drag.
Even killing an SCV. 4 Marines.
Did more damage than it should have. We got a lair, another hatchery.
Free hatch meat.
Iceaxe finally gonna do some scouting here.
He sees that there is no units out.
I feel like he's maybe not getting information from his opponent enough. In this game as well, it's a late scout. And what you're building has to be related to what your opponent is doing. But I understand.
The main problem is, like, look where he's building that bunker on top of his ramp. He needs to expand. You need a second base. With a second base, you can go up to like 6 barracks, produce a lot of Marines, a lot of units constantly.
I agree with you. I think this bunk could be made in front of the natural.
If you're going one base, if you're going off of one base, you usually want to be very, very aggressive as Terran. Because you do not have the income and you're gonna mine out rather quickly, so you're gonna be out of income and you leave the map to the Zerg, which is never good because what Zerg wants to do, Zerg wants to grow. Zerg wants to get to late game very fast and after that kill you.
Should Noobishnoob be getting an extractor at his natural, or does he not have enough of economy?
Yeah, he should.
It's good.
He should. Yeah, yeah. He should be mining from it. With free hatch meter, usually if you I think if you start your extractor as soon as you as your layer finishes, I think
Good
it's when
number
your
of
layer
drones.
finishes you put in you I think you get the extractor as soon as you start the spire, maybe.
I mean, this whole
No,
time,
that's with
Iceaxe
two
has
hatch
had
meter.
so many Marines.
With 2 hatch meter, you start the second extractor when you start the spire. With 3 hatch meter, you start the extractor when you start the layer. And then you have 900, 900.
I'm glad to see Iceaxe is moving out because this whole time, Zerg has just been droning up under no threat. Is finally making Sunkens, which it should have probably done earlier if Iceaxe had kind of moved out. Even if you fake it, you can just move out and move back into your base.
I think those Sunkens aren't fast enough, actually. Or, he has one. Okay. Yeah, you could shut that down. 3 Sunkens morphing. He hesitated. If he didn't hesitate, he would have killed us. He might still, but nah, the Sunken's gonna up. If he didn't stop moving like twice, this would have killed the Zerg.
Takes
Or at
out
least
3
dealt a lot of damage.
Sunks. Is that a decent trade?
It's bad for Terran. Because the mutas are out, there's no Marines at home. So if the mutas attack now, Terran's dead. There's no turrets either. I mean, he forced a lot of sunks, so there's less mutalisks, which is good. But Terran has no turrets.
Do we need a
He's just
factory
building.
right now? Is that the important
We don't
building?
need a factory right now. We do not need a factory. We need turrets. We need a command center. We need more barracks. But the problem is that he's on one base. That's just the main problem right now. He's on one base with no plan of expanding. The mutalisks are just gonna keep him on one base forever, and it's gonna be the same as last game. So he just doesn't have enough units to actually pressure the Zerg.
I like how he's defending against the Mutalisks better this time.
Yeah, that's good. He's actually using his Marine Medic.
Good SCV count.
So Zerg is droning up behind us. Up to, I think, 11 meters. It should be. Should be 11 meters. 12.
Is he gonna cancel the command center?
He loses it. So
Oh, he
loses
just
the
lost
minerals.
400 minerals. That's huge. And escapes relatively unharmed with his Mutalisks.
Yeah, as I said, the mutas are just gonna keep him on one base.
I think when you see
Very-
mutas out on the map, you probably want to make your command center in a safe place, maybe next to your bunk, above your ramp.
Mm. Or he could have his command center up and running since 5 minutes. Hello?
It's a very hard game,
It is.
but they got a good build going on. Enough defensive and offensive units and structures.
Yeah.
Good number of drones.
Yeah, Zerg is getting his third base.
I'm not sure if Iceaxe has an answer to what Zerg is doing. 2 Evos.
I think it might be kind of too late now.
You think Iceaxe is going to lose this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we don't see a huge Terran ball to make us think a push soon is going to change
What
everything.
is it? Two barracks? It's not enough.
And they're not really
Barracks
being
and they're
utilized
not
much.
producing. Yeah, they're not producing. You need to be constantly producing as Terran.
Scan tanks.
Or in general, you need to be
Siege.
just constantly producing.
I think he's
Okay,
planning to
Marines,
move
will
out
we catch
soon.
Mutas? He's scared.
Both of them
So
have a
it's
lot of
getting
gas.
Lurker.
Now, picking off these tanks,
Yeah,
and I'm
would
not
be
sure
very good.
about the positioning of this factory. It makes it very easy for Mutalisks to just come in, snipe them, and leave.
Yeah.
I think the barracks and factories are best placed in the heart of your base, maybe in this region.
Wait. If he somehow gets the mutas to fight with like 2 control groups of marines and Zerg throws his mutas away, Terran still has a chance of winning this game. If he gets like up to the natural of Zerg with siege tanks and marines.
Doing some damage to the Mutalisks. He doesn't have a comsat station.
Yeah, that's not good either.
So once you get your academy up, I think the rule is you want to immediately make a comsat station.
It's hard to build comsats, man. SCVs always block it.
I think it automatically just lays it down, doesn't it?
No, I think you need to target it actually. Pretty sure.
Oh, you might be right. But they will help give you some intel and to scan for borrowed units like lurkers.
Okay, getting expansion. Actually having units by that expansion, very good. If you build turrets now there,
Got another factory
you
though.
might actually get it up. Because I think you don't have enough mutas to face, enough marines to face his mutas right now.
I don't know if we can
You have turrets
afford
back there.
2 factories on 1 base and 2 barracks. Ideally, I think you want to keep pumping out units out of all these structures. And that's really the challenge, is how do you manage your economy in
I mean,
a way...
if you know that your macro is bad, you might just build 8 barracks, and if you miss macro cycles, it doesn't matter.
I
because you have
get
so much-
that. I think when you're not just on 1 base. But he doesn't have his
You get
expansion
killed.
up yet.
Okay, he tried to get turrets up. It was the correct idea. It was the correct idea. Like, build some tanks, build some Goliaths against air, and try to secure the expansion. It's the correct idea.
Now-
Zerg on Hive. Zerg is not getting Hive. Now he's getting
Yeah,
Hive.
he's had a lot of time to really...
Yeah, he's just growing. This is dream Zerg gameplay where you're not attacked, you chill, play back, you're able to tech to grow. It's fun. Ah, lurkers at the natural now, and I don't think we have detection. Yeah, I don't think there's any detection yet. 1 science vessel is producing. Ah, but at least he finished the CC, which is good. Oh, he just needs to get it mining. What's that? Another CC. Okay, I like that. Good idea.
So we lost a group of units there, that's too bad.
But now he has science vessels that he can drive out. These lurkers, as long as they don't get killed by mutas. This Zerg's getting everything. Oh no, don't lose the vessel. No. Okay, Goliaths.
Now he's gonna lose his Mutalisks.
Targeting the turret for some reason. That's good. Oh, you just need to transfer your workers. You have 37 workers, which is actually good. I think it's fine on 2 base. Oh, just transfer them to your natural CC and you have a okay economy.
Almost mined out in the main.
Yeah, that's bad. He's got a 3rd CC floating over to the 3rd. Oh, he just needs to get his units out of his base. Because they're blocking up everything. Did he get upgrades for his bio?
I did not see any.
so he wants to go pure mech this game.
Does that +1 attack on his mechanical units. Nice contain from Zerg. Continually expanding. I mean, Brown has a lot of minerals and resources. Is he just going to pump out a lot of Ultralists?
Yeah, probably. That's probably what's gonna be. He's gonna
Swarm?
produce like 2 defilers, get mass ultralisk, and just run him over. To tell him hello, this is what I've been doing the entire time. And I think that Baron will tap out once he sees like 10 ultralisks coming towards his base.
A drop might be effective.
Yeah.
Zerg doesn't have that much vision around the map.
But I think Zerg might be dropping.
I believe these overlords are all empty.
Huh. Just standing there menacingly. Now, this is the part where if overlords had a gun, you know?
No. Never.
Yes. Yes. Look. With their tiny arms, they hold guns. Why not?
Too OP.
What do you mean?
Zerg needs to be nerfed.
No. We need overlords with guns. The first overlord needs a gun at least. Only the first. Okay, here we go. Dark Swarm with 10 ultralisks. Good luck. Yabba dabba doo.
Alright, so I don't think Iceaxe is going to be able to hold this. He realizes that.
GG's out. GG. Yeah. Iceaxe, my man. You gotta expand.
Oh. He's had so much fun in this game, he wants more.
I mean, the game is fun, even though it's very demanding. Very exhausting for me. Playing StarCraft is exhausting.
So this was a best of 3, but we got a bonus game.
Nice.
Let's get into it. Can you guess what the next map is? You guess right, it's Fighting Spirit.
Nah, it can't be. This is clearly Neo Sylphid.
Noobishnoob playing Protoss this game.
Okay.
Iceaxe as well. We got a PvP. Are we gonna see a probe move out?
Yes.
This is Iceaxe's idea of another fun game.
Two-gate him.
Very mischievous. Is Noobishnoob gonna suspect anything?
No. He will
I'm not
two-gate himself.
sure if they picked races or they both been random. Noobishnoob. Is he gonna make a pylon in front of his natural?
Yes. What's this?
I'm not sure about the position of this proxy.
I mean, he doesn't know where his opponent spawned.
Generally, you make it in the middle. Maybe he didn't want to because he thought it would be scouted, but it's not an
Kind of
optimal. By the
big
time you get
gamble.
your probe there, you know.
I mean, it would be good if Noobishnoob spawned in bottom left. But sadly, he didn't. He spawned in top right, so this is
That's why people do it in the
literally
middle.
the worst position to proxy. Also, Noobishnoob apparently playing PVZ here.
Yeah, he might actually think Iceaxe is Zerg for some reason. Iceaxe doing some scouting now, hoping that his
Gonna
opponent
find out.
is.
Oh, there's no opponent for me. Oh.
Oh, shucks.
Oh. Well, let's hope he's top left, right? Sorry.
Is that where he's going? Yep.
Yeah, he has to. Because it's the next closest position. But he might intercept the scouting probe, so he might actually find out. Does he see it? He might.
So both of them should be tipped up right now, but
I don't think. I don't think Noobish should be too tipped off. Because he's just scouting from bottom left to bottom to top left, right? Okay, one cannon.
so Iceaxe knows where he is. He's sending some zealots.
Two cannons.
No idea what Noobishnoob is
Two cannons
doing.
enough to stop 3 zealots? Let's find out. First zealot walks in. Gets
I think he's blocked. He can't even get in there. Is that right?
Lynx can get in that wall for sure. I think he can get in pretty easily. Yeah.
Okay.
Cannons are not very tanky units. By units, I say buildings.
Let's take out one cannon.
Pulled a lot of probes for this.
I think Noobishnoob is going to
All of
invest in another cannon. He's got a zealot coming out.
Yeah, and I think Iceaxe is just gonna keep this going until the end of days. No, actually he's pulling a forge back home. Okay.
You know what? If he had made proxy gates in the middle, not made a forge,
It would have worked.
maybe, yeah. And go into 3 gateways if you can afford it.
Yeah.
Proxy gate is a very strong build. It has gotten a lot of people to A rank. Right?
Probably.
Much stronger than BBS, much stronger than 5 pool, if that's the stronger version of a language.
I mean, I'm a Zerg player that dies to 1 gate expand build, so yeah.
There's a GG from...
Yeah, I don't know about that location. I'm not too sure.
3-0 for Noobishnoob.